G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 10 of our Sevilla Rebuild here on Dylan on the Ball. Today we are taking on Atletico Madrid, a just about top of the table clash as things have turned out. There has been about 3 months since you were last here, so there is plenty to catch you up on. First of which is an outgoing which we haven't made a replacement for, but I thought it was probably just to at least give you guys a bit of a farewell to this fella. Adnan Januzaj, he has gone off to Rennes. It says he's worth 16 to 22 million, but because he was so unhappy at Sevilla, because we had played him 11 times in half a season, it probably wasn't as much as he was wanting to play, I guess. So he has gone off to Rennes for £8 million. We didn't replace him because we just didn't need to. We already had enough people, and I mean, it just means that there's one less unhappy person at missing out on the Champions League knockout rounds. We have as well been able to put Jesus Corona back in the Champions League group. If you remember from last episode, both Januzaj and Jesus Corona were the two unlucky gentlemen to miss out on the Champions League group stage in terms of the squad registration. We have been able to put Corona back in. The reason for that being that poor old man Isco has damaged his Achilles tendon. Does it say? Oh, yeah. So he damaged it at the end of December, and he's not due back for another 2 months potentially. So he hasn't complained since being dropped out of the Champions League squad, and I guess that's probably because he understands. Like he gets it. He wasn't going to be useful anyway, because I mean, in all likelihood, we're probably not going to make it beyond that 2-month mark from now in the Champions League knockout rounds, so it was unlikely he was going to play in any event, really. In terms of results since you were last here, if we head to the schedule, the last game you were here for was this 1-0 win over Barcelona. We've then gone on to, I believe we came second in our group because we lost again to Sporting Club Portugal on the final day. We lose 1-0 thanks to a Jerry St. Just goal. But all in all, we have had a rather good run. While we did lose in the Super Cup semi-final to Real Madrid, who probably went on to win it. Yeah, of course they did. They went on to win that. The only other loss then since that Barcelona game up here, of course, we lost to Sporting Club Portugal. We lost in Spanish Cup, Super Cup semi-final, I should say. We've then most recently lost to Almeria in the dang La Liga, and had we have won that, if we look at the First Division table, we would have been top. It's 23 games in. Today, against Atletico Madrid, who are in 4th, is the 24th game, and I mean, if we win that, we're still top. I'm not sure why we're behind Real Madrid, if our goal difference is so much better. I mean, would it be because... How did we go against them again? Did they beat us? I think they beat us earlier in the season. So maybe, yeah, they beat us earlier in the season. So maybe it goes off of record against that team rather than goal difference. Because, I mean, for goal difference, we'd be up there. We should be winning. It has been a rather good run, though, and lots of goals, especially for one Mr. Rafa Mir, who has just absolutely been killing the game. If you look at his stats, 17 goals from 16 appearances in the league. He's then got 4 goals in cup competitions and 4 goals in the Champions League. So he's got 25 goals in 24 appearances all up. He's been absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't really understand why or how or what really has happened to make that happen, but I'm all for it. I can't complain, can I? We have also had our youth intake preview. Now, if you remember last year, it was given a 5-star rating as an excellent intake. How have we gone with our second one, which will eventually come between this video and the next video, I imagine, and so you will see who comes through with it. But, I mean, as far as previews go, I cannot complain. With another 5-star excellent intake, potential to be a real golden generation intake. How has this happened 2 years in a row? We must have... Pablo Blanco must be incredible. Look at this, 20 working with youngsters, 18 and 20 here. You absolute god, Pablo. You absolute hero. We've got a goalkeeper who has an A rating, 2 fullbacks who have A ratings, and a central midfielder also an A. We've then also got a couple of Bs in centre-back, attacking mid, and striker. Then, I mean, other than that, not too much to write home about, but that is another reason to be very, very excited about the future of Sevilla. If we look at our under-19s and look at their potential, like having 4 5-star recruits and then 3 4.5-star recruits. We're looking rather good, aren't we? You can see I have moved Icavr back into the under-19s. That's because I don't have the leagues loaded lower. Putting him into the B and C squads didn't make any sense. Anyway, he's then gone out on loan. He's having a nice time in the second division at Fuenlabrada. I can't talk. I cannot do it for the life of me. He is, however, making first team appearances, and I mean that I can't be too mad with that, can I? If we go back to his form for the under-19s, he did improve his record. He's got 58 goals and 5 assists in his last 20 appearances, so you can definitely see why Fuenlabrada, however the hell you say that team name, has come in and picked up Ikaviar on loan. He's looking fairly decent. Again, he's only 18. He's got plenty of time on his side to grow through and become, hopefully, another Rafa Mir at this rate, really. As for the rest of the squad, how we are looking, you may notice a few things here that aren't looking too brilliant. Karen Brekic is, and has been, rather unhappy with us. He did want to leave. People are on his side and blah, blah, blah. Look, I just don't rate him as highly as Cuenca, like playing Cuenca, Mingueza, Nyonzu, that sort of thing. Like, he just is low down in the pecking order, and he was unhappy with that, which, fair play to him. He's 29, he probably wants to play more, maybe get a couple more appearances for the Dutch side. So he has been pretty pissed. We have eventually given in and made a promise to him that he will be playing more. That has unfortunately led to a couple of people being upset. If you look at Kalimundo, he is supporting his teammate. But then we also have some people like Nyonzu who have been against the teammate, which I guess makes sense for Nyonzu because he wants to play instead of Rekic, so it's rather selfish, really, that he's on his side. The other player that has been upset, and we did foreshadow this in the last video, is Oscar Mingueza, because for whatever reason, I am stupid, and look, I messed up. When negotiating the contract with Mr. Mingueza, I promised that when he's playing as a centre-back, he'd play as a wide centre-back, which we don't play with. Whether we play any formation, really, whatever formation we play, even if it is the 3 at the back, we don't set up with wide centre-backs. So, really, I could never really keep up that promise. That has led to him asking to leave, and we have actually made him a promise that we will sell him. If you look here, we are ensuring that it'll be sold, which we did offer him to a number of clubs for the 24 million that it states here, which would be making more than double our money, which makes sense. I mean, he has been performing very well for a side that is performing very well in the league. But fortunately for us, no one came in for him towards the end of the January transfer window with a suitable offer for him, so he's stuck around. He'll still be playing fairly regularly. I mean, he can't really get out of it, I guess, because, I mean, he's here. The other bit of news, I guess, is that Jesus Corona has decided that he will be exploring the options at the end of his contract, which is at the end of next season. So he is going to be sold at the start of next season. I haven't made a promise to him that he will be sold if we get an appropriate offer of 18.5 million. I did try to bump that up. I mean, you see here he's only worth 14.5 to 16. I tried to bump that up to 20 or beyond 20, but he then kicked up a stink about that being too high of a fee. So it's come down to 18.5. So if someone comes in with an offer of 18.5 million, Jesus Corona is going to go in the summer. But I imagine I'll probably get to the stage where I just want to get money for him rather than at the end of his contract, nothing happens. And we just end up losing a fairly decent player that is worth a decent amount of money for nothing. Which is something speaking of, nice segue, something we have just accepted is happening is both Rakitic and Navas. They're leaving at the end of this season. Navas, being 38 years old, will be leaving. He's starting to regress. We've mentioned how old he is a couple of times. We're just at the stage where we do need to move on, and he is at this stage our only player who's actually trained at the club. So, I mean, that will be something that we do need to work on. Again, the other player that will be leaving is Ivan Rakitic. Again, 35 years old, getting bad quickly. Physicals are insanely bad. He's just absolutely, it's like he's not even trying anymore. He's not training, he's just given up. In terms of replacements for the two, we do have a midfielder lined up, but first I'll go to a right back that I'm considering, and you'll see why in a second. That man is Alejandro Pozzo. He is 24 years old, right back, Spanish. He is, if you look at his career history here, he was trained at Sevilla, so he will not only fit the bill in terms of replacing Jesus Navas and doing a decent job of it. Obviously, he's not like the most outstanding of right backs. I mean, this says that he's on par with Pablo Maffeo, who we'd be competing with for that right back spot, but all in all, he would fit in as a replacement right back, an attacking right back, and also fit in as someone who's trained at Sevilla, which we very much need. First team players who have been trained here, so that we don't have to get people upset at us every year. In terms of midfield, we have made a signing that will be joining us at the end of the season. So when both Rakitic and Isco, and even, wait, let's go back. Hold up. There's more people. Isco, yes, and Papu Gomez, they're all leaving at the end of the season. So we have had to make a central midfield replacement just to make sure that we don't get left high and dry with huge gaps in the squad. We have brought in Mr. Alberto Molero. He is an attacking midfield option, someone who's sort of similar to Oscar, I suppose, like someone who can play a bit more as the advanced playmaker, Mazzala type through central midfield, or playing as the attacking midfield, depending on which formation we are going with. But he's 20 years old, he looks very good, great vision, some good flair, decent physicals, could do with a bit more strength, but he is a, diminutive Spanish attacking midfielder, so I mean, you're not going to expect him to be the strongest bloke in the gym. Good dribbler, decent finishing and long shots and free kicks and everything. So for a 20-year-old coming into the squad, I think the deal that we've got sorted for him, how do we see? If we look here, it's only 6.5 million. So I think one of those deals that could end up being like huge for the club, really. I mean, if we have signed him for the 6.5 million, looking at the potential the scout believes he has with 5-star potential, apparently. And if we put him as like a central midfielder, again, still 5-star potential ahead of, I mean, look, he'll grow to be better than some of the other players. And then same with if we put him as an attacking midfielder, he's still going to be absolutely fantastic. And a number of these players that are ahead of him either don't play in those positions for us or are leaving the club. Like Papu Gomez is leaving, Isco's leaving, Corona and Suso both play as out on the wings. Then like Joan Jordan is a holding midfielder, so really he's competing in this list. He's actually only competing with Oliver and Oscar. Oliver then being nearing 30, Oscar is Oscar, he's absolutely fantastic. So definitely one for the future, and one that we think could end up being a great player for the club. And look, if he eventually gets a huge offer from some club, we'll make an absolute killing with a huge profit on him, I reckon. Anyway, that is enough of a wrap-up of what has happened since you were last here, because, I mean, there has been plenty. You get the idea. We've been very good. A few blips along the way, but hoping today that against another title contender, because there are 5 teams within 4 points or so, as you see here at the table for the Spanish First Division. It is Real Madrid and ourselves up top on 54, then Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Villarreal all on 50 points. So at this stage, it's a 5-way race, really. I mean, Barcelona do have a game in hand, so they could jump up to 53 points, but that doesn't change that. Between the top 5, there are 4 points between them. Valencia, you may remember from last season, they did end up in the Champions League, and they're now down in 14th. They've also replaced their manager. It was Gennaro Gattuso. He's buggered off. They got rid of him. They brought in Maurizio Pellegrino to try and salvage their season, I guess, which seems like an unrealistic expectation to, maintain Champions League football with that Valencia team. Like, it's not that different to what it really is in real life. They haven't, gone out and signed all these fantastic, incredible players. It's just Valencia. We are also in the Spanish Cup semi-final. I probably won't really cover that. It will hopefully get somewhere in it. If we win something, I'll show you. If not, hopefully we perform well. I don't know. Same with the Champions League. You can see we've got Arsenal in the round of 16. Hopefully we progress. Hopefully we get as far as we can. A quarterfinal, semi-final, whatever. Should we somehow, by way of miracle, get through to the grand final of the Champions League, I'll probably do like a double header on the last day of the season next video if we get through to the final on that. Or if the Spanish Cup final is around the same time too, I might do a double header of that. But in reality, it'll be the last day of the La Liga season where we can hopefully, still be competing for the title and maybe we'll win some silverware this season. That would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let's get through to today's lineup as we head away to the Metropolitano to take on Atletico Madrid. So our lineup for today will be Bunu in goals, a back four of Navas, Mingueza, Cuenca and Gutierrez. Holding midfield pairing of Delaney and Joan Jordan, who is back from his torn hamstring that kept him out. I think it was about 2 months of the first half of the season. He's now back. He's played a few games. You can see on the right hand side here, he's not fully up to match fitness yet, but he's getting there. So he gets the start today, hoping that he can perform, and if not, we can eventually bring him off as one of these beautiful men on the bench. As for the attacking midfield, it is Corona on the right, playing as a winger, hoping to get him around the outside and crossing with his right foot across to Oscar, who is at the number 10 spot, with Lucas Ocampos as the left winger, with, of course, that man, Rafa Mir, up front, hoping that he can make a difference again today and keep up his incredible streak so far. We did flirt with playing the 4-3-3 for a while, but I think we were just getting better performances playing in this formation and having the two central midfielders holding, I guess. I'm more than happy to go to it, and I think with the players we have on the pitch right now, we can easily, slot Delaney back and move Oscar into midfield, so not an issue there whatsoever. I think we're well positioned. Let's get through to the game. I am absolutely pumped. Don't care about that screen. I never look at it. Looking at the Madrid lineup, they do have a different manager. You may remember from last season. They've also not got Jan Oblak in goals for whatever reason. They've brought in Axel Disasi. Other than that, pretty standard, exactly what you'd expect. And then on the bench, I thought that was Bafatimbi Gomis, which would be very strange indeed. They've brought in Mazraoui, and other than that, it's pretty standard, exactly what you would expect from them. I couldn't tell you, I genuinely, in my head, could not tell you I haven't researched or anything, could not tell you if Alvaro Morata is actually currently at Atletico Madrid. He very much could be. He could also be at Juventus. He could be at, Real Madrid. He may go back there. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it makes sense that he's there. Our lineup looking fairly strong. Our boys all looking very happy. We are going to hopefully move into top spot with a win here. We'll keep the boys happy and we'll hopefully get a good performance in here away at Atletico Madrid, which is a bit of an ask. I get that. But look, why not? We're equal on points with Real Madrid, who went undefeated last season, so who is to say that we can't perform today away at Atletico Madrid? See here on the table. Look, I'm just so happy that in the, season and a half, we've been able to come all the way to being, in a race for the top of the table. I wasn't entirely expecting us to be considered like one of the best of the rest, but if we can keep this up, we're up there. Just gotta, get over that hump and actually win some stuff. Maybe a season away, maybe a season too early, and this is just a flirt, but I'll take it. Oh, off the post early there from Oscar Mingueza. Crossed in from Oscar from the free kick. Now it'll be a Corona corner. Headed away. That's probably the end of the highlight there. Promising start though. Good to get an opportunity there. Here's another one. Griezmann heads away. Looks like a counter for Atletico Madrid, which I guess is exactly what we should be wary of. Good tackle by Gutierrez. Plays forward to Campos, who gives it away. Now Atletico will look to counter. Oh, wow. The counters have been easily stopped by us, which is fantastic. A Campos with a terrible pass there. This is bad football. Like, the amount of just losing the ball in the last minute, awful. Navas in the box. Oscar. Oh, Oscar with the opportunity. It ends up being deflected. Gerbic happily collects. And our pass map is looking ridiculous. Corner now for Atletico Madrid. Headed away. Koke back into the mixer. Jordan clears for a Campos. Tackled back for Atletico Madrid, though. They look to mount an opportunity. Campos does well to win it back. Nearly runs out of room, but keeps hold of the ball. We'll hopefully create something here. A Campos now looking wide for Gutierrez. Wins it past Correa, but gives it away. This has been shocking. I am sorry for the standard of football here. Neither of the teams seem to be able to keep the ball for more than 10 seconds. Madrid with a nice slick move here, though. Molina in for Rodrigo de Paul, who absolutely slots it. That was slick. Not too much you can do with a team who is as slick and cohesive as this team with their counter-attacks. Just absolutely beautiful. Correa back to Koke. Forward for Molina, who takes on, I think, Gutierrez, then cuts it in for Rodrigo de Paul. Bunu doesn't do, his best effort at saving the ball, but look, it is what it is. We may now go just with a little fire up, just to lift their spirits, maybe. I mean, in theory. But at this stage, it's looking like we may just give Real Madrid an opportunity to go 3 points clear of us at the top. Hoping that we can come back into it, though. Fairly even on possession. We've had better chances. We just haven't taken one as yet. Hopefully, we can continue our decent play. Though we have started to relinquish possession to them. Highlight here now with Atletico playing out from the back. Carrasco, long ball for Griezmann. Good challenge. I don't know who that was. Probably Cuenca, I guess. Carrasco, though, crosses terribly. Look, that was hardly a highlight. Like, Griezmann did get through on goals, but nothing really happened. Free kick outside the box here. Who's to take? Oscar, maybe? Yes, Oscar from just outside the box. Free kick. Gets in! That is absolutely stunning. Oscar with an absolute belter of a free kick. He does have, I think about 17 free kick rating or something like that. Hasn't scored too many, but this one is absolutely stunning. Grbić in goals with no chance whatsoever. Bending away from the keeper. Beautiful free kick. We draw level at 1-1, 33 minutes in. Another highlight straight off the back. This has been an eventful first half. We're only playing on the key highlights. This has been fairly eventful. Oscar wins it there. Out to Corona, who loses it straight away. The amount of turnover in possession here has been ridiculous. Griezmann now. We relinquish it straight away. Oh, that's infuriating. Straight away, just a long ball over the top. And Griezmann pokes it beyond Bunu. It's just Llorente from deep, gives it to Carrasco. One big long ball in behind Cuenca. Griezmann taps it over bloody Bunu. I meant to say Cuenca. Taps it beyond Bunu. And straight away, they equalise. Bloody Oscar's free kick. That beautiful, beautiful goal. All for nothing. 40 minutes in now. I'd just like to see us get a bit more control. They've really started to boss the possession. I'd just like to see us hold on to it a bit better. Another highlight here. A Campos in the box. It's gone in. It's Rafa Mir. A Campos. It looked like a shot. And Rafa Mir, I don't know if he's done a header that he's flicked on or if it's just hit him. Probably more likely the latter. But we've equalised. It's 2-2. What a game this has been. Oscar does well. Feeds it back into Lucas Campos, who fires it in. It is a header. He's just reacted quickest and fired a header beyond Grbić. For 2-2, Rafa Mir gets his customary goal, his 18th league goal of the season. I think he's got 25 all up. And we've roped them back in. We've created better chances all up. And at half-time, it's 2-2. Look, I would love to just... Yeah, I am disappointed we've had little possession. I'm not going to tell them that, because that would be probably demotivational. I'm going to pump my fists. No, I'm not. What are we going to do? What are we going to go with? None of these options seem like they're going to actually, inspire the squad, no matter what gesture I do or whatever. Especially, if I put my hands in my pockets, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't care, does he? Alright, let's go with that. Whatever. We pointed the finger. We said we've done well so far. We deserve the win. We'll just keep blowing smoke up their ears. And hopefully in this second half, go with another encourage. We can, as I said, control more of the ball. Continue to create chances. Because having 10 shots and an XG of almost 1, it's looking fairly decent. Almost a highlight there. Now we get it. Molina with a longer throw. Headed away. Jordan up to Oscar. Oscar can look for Delaney. Slick counter-attack here as we lose it. Yeah, cool. Llorente with the long ball. These long balls over the top have been absolutely killer. Not a killer finish, though, from Carrasco, thankfully. Straight at Bunu. Definitely need to be wary of those long balls over the top from this Atletico side. Has been very good. Another highlight here. Felipe at the back. Plays it forward for Llorente. Griezmann through for Carrasco. Oh, we nearly give it away twice. That was ridiculous. Carrasco can't find the finish, though, beyond Bunu. Highlight should have ended there, surely. I mean, unless we want to go down the other end and score, which I wouldn't be mad at. Campos is in. Oh, big save. Was he onside, though? No. He was offside. Big save from Grbić, who was not to know the flag was being raised. Almost 60 minutes in here, we'll start to think about substitutions, which I'm not really too sure what we should go with. Maybe one of our midfielders can swap over or something like that. We'll have another highlight and we'll do the subs after this highlight. Maybe change the right back if Maffeo's good to go. Carrasco gets beyond Navas there. He's into the box, deflected, and into the grateful arms of Bunu. 63 minutes in, this has been intense. What a game this has been. Very evenly matched sides, but I think all in all, Atletico may have had the better of it, and they probably do have the better players. Gutierrez now on the left, bring it forward, back to Cuenca. We'll ignore that so that doesn't block the screen. Big ball forward, Rafa Mir. Oh, I'm doubtful. I think he was offside. From the header from Oscar, I think he's offside. I'd absolutely take it though. No, dang it. Big ball forward. I can't remember who from. Jordan maybe? Yes, Jordan whips it forward for Oscar. His header finds Rafa Mir, who unfortunately was a couple of yards offside. Alright, we'll look at subs now. We will take Navas off for Pablo Maffeo. And then we'll bring on Oliver for Jordan, just because Jordan's not fully fit. And having Oliver there might be a bit more of an attacking influence, which you know, wouldn't go astray. We'll pump fists. Say that they can change the game or whatever, I don't know. See how we get on, and then maybe look to make more attacking changes as the game goes on. Another highlight here, Gutierrez with the long throw towards Mingueza. Headed away, Koke runs clear with it. Long throws have definitely been nerfed this Football Manager. Griezmann in. Why was I worried? It was on his right foot, nothing was going to happen apparently. I shouldn't have said that, I'm going to absolutely eat those words. 70 minutes in, we will... Alright, we are going to... Couple of changes here. We are going to bring on Justin Kluivert for Ocampos, and we're also going to bring on Kalimwendo for Rafa Mir. I think we'll also, if we look at the tactics, start to go a bit more direct, just so that we can, hopefully, I mean really, abuse the pace of Kalimwendo and Kluivert. Again, pumping our fists, there's plenty of time left to change the game, blah-de-blah. Alright, 70 minutes in. We have been decent. We've definitely come back in the second half in terms of the possession battle. Haven't created clear enough chances for my liking in this second half. It has been much more Atletico. We do have one sub left, and we can bring on Papu Gomez, which I think sounds like a good idea, but I'll do it on this screen because I just want to see if I can change the role of Papu to one that he's more suited. No. Literally just like 3 across the board. Let's go Shadow Striker, just so we can get him even further forward. Why not? Pump fists. Yeah, go make a difference. Papu, you can do it, mate. Come on. 12 minutes to go. We'll go with another fire up. Yeah, somebody mark. I don't know what that said. Mark Griezmann, though. It sounds like a good idea. Gutierrez into Torres. Long ball. Dizazi heads away. Dizazi has been very good. I feel like anytime our attacks have broken down, it's been Dizazi. Long ball over the top for Lamar. Intercepted by Gutierrez. Back to Bunu. Bunu lobs it. Oh, that was dangerous. Corona now switches it up for Kluivert. Torres now making a good run forward. Tackled by Mazraoui, but it looks like Oliver keeps hold of it. Crosses in. Papu Gomez is with it. I think he's onside. I think this is going to be a goal. I don't think that was offside. Come on, son. Come on, son. Get in! It's 3-2. Big tackle here from Mazraoui. Doesn't win the ball, though. Oliver keeps hold of it. Whips in a great cross for Papu Gomez, who fires it beyond Gerbic, and we are up 3-2. Why can't I check my tactics? Get out of this. Get out of this. Alright, we'll go to our tactics, because we now we need to hold this. Alright, we're going to stop overlapping. Be more disciplined, pass it into space. We're not going to work it into the box. Start time wasting a little bit. Slow it down. We're going to hold. We are absolutely going all out, like shithousery. Like we are not. Like I don't even want any of this. Do we go even maybe back further? No, I don't like that. That scares me. Let's go just the longest ball possible, passed into space. Oh, I'm nervous now. I'm absolutely nervous. All right. Do we have another shout? Yes. Let's focus. Focus, boys. Come on, son. 10 minutes to go. 3-2 Sevilla. What a game this has been. 5 minutes to go. Another highlight. Gutierrez back to Cuenca. to Delaney. Looks long. Mazraoui intercepts. Plays back to Grbic. Long ball. Header won by Morata. Griezmann's through. Griezmann scores. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. That was so simple. I am livid. I'm absolutely livid. No more time wasting. The, highest tempo possible. We are going now the absolute opposite. Start overlapping. That is so annoying. There was just a big long ball over the top. And, what happened? Nothing. It was one header and then he was through. No, I want you to move forward. You move forward as well. More often pressing. Oh, that's so frustrating. It was 2 minutes later. That sucks. It's Griezmann with the goal. It's 3-3 with 4 or 5 minutes to go. And it came from absolutely nothing. Just a big long ball from Grbic. We've got left too much space. Morata wins one header and our defence is an absolute shambles. There's this huge space in behind Morata. The little flick on for Griezmann and he is through and scores. We will hopefully be able to create something. Couple of minutes to go. Go to very attacking. 5 minutes of extra time. Cancel that. Fire up. Man, what can we do? Do we shoot on sight? I don't want to shoot on sight because I just don't like it. Can't really do much else, can we? Don't really want to get stuck in. Doesn't really make a difference, does it? Look, I don't know if there's anything else we can really do. Time running out. Looks like it's going to be a 3-3 draw. Damn it. Look, if you love entertaining football, that was absolutely for you. I'm just disappointed. We should have won that. Damn it. So, at the end of the day, we do drop 2 points behind Real Madrid. They must have played just after us. If we look at the Spanish First Division, they beat Almeria 2-0. Almeria, who did just beat us, so, I mean, really, they could have done us a favour there. That would have been nice, but Real Madrid have gone 2 points clear of us. We've still got the goal difference, but that doesn't matter, apparently, in this league, so we've got to hope that we can either get ahead of Real Madrid in the league table or draw level and beat them in our return fixture. Next video, though, what we'll do is come back for the final day of the season. It's against Valencia here. Valencia not as good this season, but, plenty of football to go between now and then. Hopefully we can continue our title challenge, take it as late as absolutely possible. So next video may either be a title decider, or we may have already won it, or it may be absolutely out of reach and we're playing just for some pride. Who knows? Should we make a Spanish Cup final? I don't know when it sits because, I tried looking, and if you look at it, looking at the final, it just says when it'll be drawn. It doesn't say, what date it will be. There's just no way to see. If we look at last season, though, in the final was played in April, so it probably wouldn't make sense to do a double header of, a game around this Vigo Barcelona and then Valencia on the final. It, doesn't really make sense. But if we... Here's my promise, absolute promise from me to you. Should we make the Champions League final? Next video will be a double header, Valencia and the Champions League final. Look, I'm not confident. Not going to say I'm confident, but if it is that, you'll see 2 games. Otherwise, you'll see the end of Season 2, a season that hopefully we've made progress. It looks like we have so far because we're closer to competing at the top of the league. We've also progressed more in the Spanish Cup. And how did we do in the Champions League? What did we do in the Champions League last year? Last year, we beat Tottenham in the round of 16, but then lost in the quarterfinal. Yeah, we lost to... That's right, we absolutely screwed the pooch against Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinal. So hopefully we can better last year's effort of the quarterfinal stage. So, that would mean making a semi-final, but look... That does seem a bit outlandish, but look, if we can make it, we make it. It is what it is. Fingers crossed, though, it's just a successful season, and I would just love to keep making strides into being one of the top sides in Spain, because that's the aim. We want to be the best team, if possible, in Spain. Bit of an ask, but it's what we're here for. Anyway, that'll do us, guys. Make sure you please leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video, any moves you think we should make, any changes to the tactics, any of that. Love to hear from you. Subscribe, like, comment, all the things. And until next time, when we go again, to hopefully mount a title challenge right up to the final day. Peace.